I'm also really excited for the women's basketball season because without Kiki Jefferson, there's kind of this question mark of who's going to be that player for the Dukes. It was expected before the Heaven Bristow transfer in. I really thought Peyton McDaniel was going to be that player. She was an off the bench, six woman type of player for the Dukes last year, but has a lethal 3-point shot. And I thought if they got her involved in the offense more, she could start putting up some gaudy numbers with the way she shoots it. But if they get this waiver with Bristow, all of a sudden, I think it's a completely different dynamic for this team. You still have, why am I blanking on her name?
Susha Kozlova.
Yes. Kozlova down low, who was a monster last season. I'm really excited for women's basketball too.
Should be good. The way Coach O in his media availability sports blog podcast thing, he talks about Bristow. Yeah, okay. He talks about Bristow like she's like a freak athlete, but maybe not like a 20-point per game player, which makes me think she could, if she gets the waiver, be setting up McDaniel for some huge games. So I still think McDaniel's going to put up a absurd season, regardless of what happens with Bristow. But it's a pretty deep roster. They've got a lot of really good players, added some nice transfers in addition to Bristow. They've got Carol Miller from Virginia is just sort of a solid player, and then Ashanti Barnes, community college, transferred in from a community college. I think she started her career at ODU and has some ability at the forward spot. So it's a pretty nice team. And then Olivia Mullins, point guard transfer, should be really good.
Jamia Hazel also showed flashes throughout her entire career of just being an absolute takeover machine. So if she can kind of find that consistency, I think that 1-2-3 punch between Bristow, McDaniel, and Hazel can be really lethal. Of note, Kobe King Hawea, ding, no longer with the team after some very weird things.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, she's married.
She just like went to Montana and like didn't respond to the team after the end of last season. Who knows? But so she's no longer with the team. Your expectations for this team, is it to win the Sun Belt again?
I think contend. If they get the waiver for Bristow, though, yeah, I'd be a little disappointed if they don't win. But if they don't get that waiver, I think contending again, being in the mix, winning 20-plus games, kind of similar to the men, where they should be good. Losing Kiki's tough, but like they've got plenty of firepower to be good.
And they could maybe put something together in this non-conference slate to get an at-large, depending on how this season goes. Because unlike the men, they have good non-conference games like VCU, Michigan State, Wake Forest, Maryland. Just whenever you're playing kind of a P5 team with name recognition, always helps your at-large chances. A lot better than when you're playing Hampton, Howard, Eastern Mennonite, Bridgewater, insert junior college here.
At the very least, they're going to be way more fun to follow in November and December.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So same question, MVP, most improved player for women's basketball and sixth woman of the year. I'll let you start first with the MVP.
I'm going to go Peyton McDaniel. I think she's going to put up millions of points.
I'm going to go Hazel.
Really?
I love Hazel's game. I mean, I think it was the Troy game we were at last year where she kind of had a moment of takeover.
Yeah, she's a great athlete.
I just think if she can find that consistent clip, she may become the 1A option through this offense. And I'm very excited to see that. Peyton McDaniel, that was my initial choice, but you took it. So I wanted to go a little different. So I went with Hazel.
Okay.
Most improved.
Give me Anna Goodman. From what I've been reading, I think the DNR was where I was reading this. She's going to get some run, made some progress. I guess last year she was banged up and like didn't practice like for months leading into the season. This year she has been practicing. Is supposed to sort of have a nice post presence with Kozlova. Apparently Coach O is tinkering with both of them on the court at the same time, which I think would be interesting. So I'll say Goodman has a chance to really take a step.
That would be 12 feet and 8 inches of player in the post.
That'd be pretty impressive if they were able to run out a big lineup that was good.
I'm going to go with Steph Odekirk as the most improved.
I like that.
Steph Odekirk last year played in a career high 34 games, started a career high 22 games last season, a career high in minutes as well, but had career lows in field goal percentage, 3-point field goal percentage, and really didn't outperform rebounding as much as you would have expected with her jump in minutes. Had just 20 more rebounds in about 100 more minutes. So I think Steph Oderkirk has the opportunities. The redshirt junior from Spotswood High School, the local product, I think she's going to have her opportunities if she can take advantage of them, and if she can become kind of a 30% 3-point shooter like she was to start her career. I think that'll be a dangerous kind of option opposite of Peyton McDaniel. And sixth man of the year.
I will take Carol Miller, Virginia transfer, grad transfer, covered her at UVA. Pretty steady. I think she's just going to be steady. My guess is they bring her off the bench and she's just like solid. Wouldn't expect her to have a bunch of like 25-point games or anything, but I think she'll come off the bench and make a lot of really nice plays and be a reliable veteran.
I want to go either Chloe Sterling.
Oh, I like that pick.
Or Ashanti Barnes.
Yeah, I think those are great picks.
I'm going to go a mix of them. My final pick will be Chloe Sterling just because we've seen her in action just a little bit. But I think the sophomore point guard has an opportunity to really build off of her freshman year. Appeared in 26 contests, had about 7 minutes played per game. I think she can take a step forward and be a really pivotal point guard coming off the bench and providing a lot of facilitating action for the Dukes.